Well, another day. Headed to the gym. Today is, let's see, 4, 5. Today is day 6. Day 6, chest and arms. Let's see, we left off on day 3. I was back and triceps. Thursday was day 4. I just played basketball, got some cardio in. Day 5 was a complete rest day because that's all I had in me. Lay it down and rest. And today's day 6, Saturday. So we'll get chest and biceps. And probably a little cardio. Since the gym that I'm going to has a heavy bag, I might as well take advantage of it, right? Back into place for day 6. We back into place for day 6. I love coming to the gym when it's almost empty and I can use all the equipment I want to use. I love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. All the benches is open, all the free weights is open. Love to see it. So I've had a right shoulder impingement probably for about a year now. So anytime that it's a press day, or really every day, I try to warm up my shoulders real good. And I just so happen to catch these exercises on another YouTube video, some stretches that you can do for the shoulders. So I said, I might as well incorporate these into today's warm up, because the last thing I want to do is to finally get back in the gym after taking months off and then re-aggravate an old injury and have to either take more time off or work around it. So, but with these specific stretches, this always feel real good to my shoulder and stretching out my chest a little bit. So definitely, if you have a pre-existing injury, I would recommend that you warm up real good and stretch real good before you try to push weight around, even if it's lightweight, because sometimes you never know, especially when you've been out of the gym for a while. The lightweight may feel like heavyweight. And I forgot what this movement is called, but I think it's with your retracting and protracting your scapula. I believe that's what it's called. I think it's more so for stabilization. And it felt pretty good too. I could really feel it working the back of my shoulder and really getting it warmed up. And again, that was the whole goal, to get real nice and warm, get the joints lubricated before I do something silly, accidentally hurt myself. But again, in this video, I didn't record every single chest workout, chest movement, just a few actually. But we did about, what did we do? We did chest press for actually about 5 sets of 10 to 15. But I started at real low weight and worked my way up. Not too heavy, only about 60 pounds I think we stopped at. Here was another stretching exercise I like to do, or kind of like stretching and mobility for the shoulders. You can see that right shoulder, boy. Whew. That right shoulder ain't no joke. Especially when I try to touch my elbows to the ground. I could really feel it. Me and my mom, actually, we're trying this new this new pain medicine, where if you soak the avocado hulls, if you got to cut the avocado hulls up into pieces, and then you soak them for 24 hours in 91% alcohol, and then spray it on whatever pain and aches you have, supposedly it's supposed to help. Now, we did it. I mean, I thought I felt a little better, but it could just be pseudoscience, could just be in my head. My mom is going to use it. She said she's going to let me know if she feels any difference, any effects from it over the next few days. So we'll see. But again, I got a few stretches in. I just wanted to keep going, making sure that I didn't feel any clicks, feel too much pain or anything while I was moving around and stretching. And then after the stretching, got the gloves. We got out the heavy bag a little bit. Boxing gloves. Hit the heavy bag a little bit. Might as well. Anytime I'm in the gym and it's a heavy bag, I'm gonna hit it. Nothing too much. I ain't going crazy on the heavy bag no more like I used to think I was going crazy. Now we just want to warm up. And I don't try to go too crazy on the heavy bag, because especially not until I'm sweating. If I'm already sweating, then I can go a little harder, but if not, because every time I throw a right hook, oh my goodness, the shoulder impingement kicks in. So I have to be all the way warmed up if I'm gonna decide to go crazy on the heavy bag, or as I like to say, throw with a little bit of authority. I gotta really be warmed up and already sweating and whatnot. But again, this is just still a part of the warm up, just getting the blood flowing. And I already tried to stretch out the shoulders a little bit. Sometimes I'll actually just hit the heavy bag first to actually get a little sweat going. That probably would have been a better idea, and just not go crazy on the heavy bag, on the hooks and the straight rights, and just warm up and then go into the stretching. But I did it in reverse. And right here, the first exercise I got started with was the dips, weighted dips. So I used 25 pounds. I worked up to 25. So I just did a couple sets of 8 to 10 body weight. And then I threw on the 25 for about 5 or 6 reps. Dropped the weight and then finished out with about 4 or 5 reps. Last summer, I was using the 25s as a warm-up. I had gotten to the point where I could use 25 pounds as a warm-up for me, and I'd get up till about 50 pounds. But here we are, 5 months off, 25 is the max. I was surprised at how weak I feel from the time off. I'm ready for the muscle memory to kick back in. This wasn't this. I don't know if this was the second exercise or when I incorporated the chest flies, but this was one of the exercises we did too. And I think I got about 3 or 4 sets in. And I watched a video of some YouTuber, forget which one it was at the time, but They were basically saying with the chest flies, it's good to have a good stretch. So if you get one full contraction in, if you just give it that short pause that I'm giving, it's almost like a double rep. That really burns it out. So if you're doing chest flies and you get to 10 or 12 with the weight and you feel like you could have did more, get that little pulse rep in between each rep. And probably by the time you get to 10 or 12, you'll feel it more. Because I think at one point in time, I was using too much weight. But if you pause it and give it that pulse rep in between each rep, you'll feel it. And a lot of times in between I don't really video every exercise like I mentioned, but I always like to hit some abs, get some type of core work in. So a lot of times in between my sets, damn, are the dogs going crazy in the neighborhood? What's going on? Anyway, a lot of times in between my sets, I'll go over to a ab machine, do a set of decline, weighted sit-ups, or maybe a set of leg raises. And also because my shoulder will tighten up on me in between the pressing sets, sometimes I'll just go over on the high bar and just hang. Apparently hanging and swinging is good for your shoulders, good for shoulder health. So I like to and it's good for your grip too. If you have a weak grip, just try to hold yourself up, hang on the bar. It'll definitely help with that. This was the last set. Like I said, I went real light. I wanted to make sure that I didn't feel any type of pain, any type of pinch, any type of click in my shoulders. So this was the very last set. This was like set 5 or 6 that I did on the incline presses. Started way down there, it started at the 20s and worked my way up to the 60s. But that's the last exercise for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Give me a like, subscribe if you can. And if you got time, leave a comment for me. I appreciate it.